Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Guess what time it is? It's vlog time. It's vlog time. Alright, January 4th, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 4th day of 2020. How are we doing? How is everyone feeling? I'm cooking my chicken, so if you hear noises and me just randomly doing stuff, that's what's happening. So 4th of January, what can I say? Interesting day. So started off really late. We had a really late morning. I usually wake up around, the 7:30 a.m. mark. Well, on holidays, I've been waking up 7:30. And then I usually, do my journaling. By the time I'm at the gym, it's usually about 9, something like that. I didn't get to start journaling until about 10 this morning, so I was quite late in doing that. Still felt good doing it though, all good. Got to the gym, by the time I got to the gym, it was already like 11, so I finished by about 12 and then came home. Still had my breakfast as per usual. I even applied for some Airtasker stuff. So, by the way, hot tip for anybody that's looking for some quick cash. I have been able to make on Airtasker doing random stuff, and this is only remote things, not like going anywhere physically, just remotely on my computer. I made an extra like $300-400 last month. Like, it's not crazy cash, but here and there, it's good. Anyway, so I applied for some Airtaskers today, and then I actually sat down and played some PlayStation because I haven't played in ages. I've got a game that I've been playing since I was like 12, so Kingdom Hearts 3 for any people out there. I've finally been able to sit down and actually play it, even though it's come out January last year. So, anyway. So that's all fine. The issue that I'm having today, which was expected, and something I actually wanted to talk to you guys about, because it's something that I think needs to really change around food. Personally, for me, I always find this really difficult. So when I went on holidays in December last year on annual leave, I decided that I was going to take out carbs and sugar out of my diet. The reason I did that, not to lose weight, not to lose any fat or anything like that, it was actually genuinely for health reasons. So I get really itchy, rashy skin. I get really bad breakout, like I am extremely bloated a lot of the time. I get really sore joints, things like that. So I decided to take that out of my diet to see what would happen and see how I'd feel about it, which I did. And then of course all through Christmas and everything like that, family, which they just want, all the best for you, which is great. Of course you'll get hit with the, oh, if you just have one chocolate, it won't hurt you. Oh, what's going to happen? If you have some bread, you're not going to die. No. Obviously, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to go and have some sort of allergic reaction and die from it instantaneously. No. But here's the thing. Let me tell you what's happened over the last week. Right, so I've listened to you people and thought, okay, let me just calm down a little bit. All right, so this time last week on Saturday, I decided to have some dairy, have some sweets, have like normal food people would have the alcohol, it was whatever. It was board game night at my house. It was fun, it was great. Literally Oh, that morning I weighed 48 kilos. Just so you guys know, when people often tell me, oh, you know, you're really small, you know, you can eat whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. Not the case. Okay, so 48 kilos I started off Saturday. 1 week ago, 48 kilos. We had cheese platter, wines, alcohols, whatever, great. Next morning, just wanted to explain to you guys what I felt. So I woke up in the morning, first of all, in severe cold sweats, because my body felt like it was being poisoned. That was probably from mixing alcohol, and I didn't drink that much. I had 2 Pimm's glasses, maybe 3. Then I had a couple wines and 1 vodka soda. So it wasn't a crazy night. We've all mixed a lot more, but that was enough. So for my body to go into shock after eating cleanly and treating my body like a temple, as they say, that was enough. So I literally went downstairs to get myself a bottle of water, and on that way I had to drop to my knees because I thought I was going to pass out, throw up, and I just started profusely sweating, like from every pore that could possibly sweat from, where you didn't even think sweat could come out of. I had sweat pouring, like dripping off of me. Right? That was just the first day. So the next day I proceeded to have itchy everything. I get a really itchy nose from having sugar. Itchy. So then I took out the sugar again and the carbs. Great. We felt good again. Felt great. Then we decided we were going to reintroduce the carbs and the sugar again, because once wasn't enough. We wanted to try the theory again. So we did. We introduced the sugar and the carbs over a period of about 2-3 days. Let me tell you, I woke up every single morning feeling like I had a cold, a stuffy nose, an itchy nose, sore throat, congested, inflamed. I looked like I had a water balloon for a face. I know that a lot of times people are like, oh, well, what's going to happen to you? You're not going to die. No, I'm not going to die, but I am going to have severe reactions in my body that most people won't even notice, because you're having sugar every day. You're having carbs every day, and in unhealthy amounts. There was a study done recently, not recently, it was a little while ago, on rats. And basically the conclusion was that sugar was more addictive than cocaine. So I'm just going to put that out there. For anyone that says just have one piece of chocolate, it never ends up being just one piece of chocolate. Because what happens is you have one, and then you have 2, then you go home, then you have some more, and then the next day you're like, oh, well, I already had some yesterday and it's fine. So you just keep eating. So it's never just one. So what I want to address is when someone comes to you and they say, hey, for health reasons, I've decided that I'm not going to be eating this, and I'm not going to be eating this. That's hard enough. That is hard enough for someone to say, hey, I'm going to say no to this stuff that tastes so good, but I know that it's so bad for me. The last thing that we want to do is tell them, oh, well, you're not going to die if you have one piece, because it won't be just one piece. And they're going to lose confidence in themselves. They're going to feel bad about themselves. They're going to have health issues continuously. And it's going to be a consistent seesaw up and down. So let's be supportive. Let's support each other. When someone comes into the conversation, they say, hey, these are my dietary requirements. This is the reason for the dietary requirements. There's probably a reason behind it. That's just my little gripe. I'm not complaining. I'm just hoping that this is going to change your perspective when someone says, hey, I'm doing this for a reason. Hopefully you'll see that by my symptoms after having just a few days worth of this stuff, what it's done for me, how my body is feeling. Hopefully you guys will maybe think a little bit differently about it, and maybe just be a little bit more supportive. I'm thinking, hopefully starting a supportive, conversation around the food and the dieting and the choice of nutrition. The second part of it is today's actually been a really difficult day for me to get through all the things that I usually would quite easily get through. So I woke up this morning extremely irritated because I've been doing the sugars and the carbs. It's been crashing my moods up and down, up and down. For anybody that doesn't know, sugar spikes your serotonin. It spikes your insulin and all of that in your body. I'm not going to go into the technicalities of it because I'm not a scientist, so I don't know the actual details of it. But basically, the happy chemicals in your body, it goes up, or in your brain, I should say, it goes up, and then it crashes down really, really low. Now, for some people that might be okay. In my case, it's not. So last year I had to go through quite severe bouts of depression, unfortunately. I had pretty bad depression. I had pretty bad anxiety to the point where every month it happened around my cycle, and it was PMDD that I had. Well, still have. Where about a couple of days before, I'd get my flow, I would get suicidal. I don't want to, bring the mood down or anything like that, but a big cause is sugar. So the moment I start eating sugar, and I'm around about that time period, it is detrimental to my mental health. This is me personally. I don't know if anyone else has experienced it. If anyone else has experienced it, I hope that this is useful tips. Please, ladies, stay away from the chocolate. No matter how much you want it, you're better off having a piece of fruit, honestly. Anything other than the chocolate, the refined sugar, because what happens to me is I crash down extremely. I get extremely depressed to the point of suicidal, and there's not much that I can do about it. So I've had to exclusively take out sugar pretty much out of my diet because of that. So the reason I'm saying this is because today I haven't been suicidal or anything like that, but I have been extremely low in my mood comparison to how I've been over the last 2-3 weeks. While I was doing my hour cardio, both my feet actually started to go numb, so I couldn't really even walk properly. So about at halfway, so 30 minutes, my right foot just basically gave out, my left foot basically gave out. I mean, I still finished it, but imagine trying to walk for an hour or for 30 minutes with numb feet. It's not the best experience. And I've just been extremely kind of slow and clumsy and all over the shop, and in general feeling not quite right, not quite on it. Diet is so important, so important to what you do, and honestly this is really a testament to it. Today really gave me, and the past few days has really given me a good idea that, you know what, diet is really important. If anyone wants to achieve anything, if I want to achieve anything, the diet needs to be on point. You need to treat your body like you would treat anything that's really expensive. You know, you're going to treat it with care. This body is going to get me through this year, you know, with all my amazing goals, and can't really do that if I'm feeding it with not great fuels. So that's my little lesson for today. Yeah, but other than that, did 2 gym sessions, did my normal morning routine to still kick that butt there, even apply for some Airtasker stuff, as I said. So yeah, all in all, been a pretty productive day, I'd say. Just a bit under the weather due to yay old sugar, which we are once again ripping out of our diet. So, you know, it's a little hot tip. But that's it. All right, well, January 4th, still kicking butt. We'll touch back tomorrow.